Do it right now. Hack your brain for action and watch yourself become fulfilled and successful and get everything you want. So how does it work? You reformulate your thoughts so that they work in your favor. If you have limiting beliefs or doubts which prevent you from taking action, you reformulate them to support you. Let's go through some examples. This is a common one which I have a lot personally. Everything needs to be perfect. So the thought might be in the form of it might not be good enough, or I'm not prepared well enough, or I need XYZ before I can start, or my plan isn't perfect. Instead of those thoughts, reformulate them to I am doing what's easy now and I can do an improved version later. In fact, that's exactly what I did before I hit record on this video. I was refining my script and I thought it's not perfect yet. I need to improve it, or I need to prepare myself better, etc., etc. And then I said to myself, well, just do what's easy now and you can improve and you can do an improved version later. And that's exactly what I'm doing now. I'm doing the easy thing now, which flows naturally, and I can do an even better version later. Okay, let's move on to the next common limiting belief, which is I'm too lazy or it takes too much effort. You know, you're lying on the couch, sitting in your comfortable chair, and you think to yourself, oh no, it's too much effort. I'm too lazy for this. Instead, think what's meant for me is effortless. And watch yourself take action without effort. This actually really works. You can use subliminals for that. So in the nighttime, you listen to subliminals which tell you that action is effortless. And during the daytime, you will observe that you effortlessly perform action. And it creates a reinforcing loop, because every time you observe yourself performing effortlessly, you reinforce the concept of subliminals into your subconscious mind, and in the future it becomes more natural, more easy. Next point, I'm not worthy because X does it better. That's a very common belief, especially among the social media space, where it's easy to compare yourself to others, and you will always find somebody more successful than you, which has more views or more subscribers or a better life, a more fulfilled life than you have. So instead of thinking I'm not worthy because X does it better or has it better, you think I decided to do it. I had an impulse to do XYZ. For example, I had an impulse to start the project. I had an impulse to apply for the job. I had an impulse to go to the karaoke bar and sing. I had an impulse to dance. I had an impulse to create art, to draw. I had an impulse to become rich. So the fact that you had the impulse shows you this is an authentic desire you have. And if you have an authentic desire, it's your right to have this desire fulfilled, as long as you're not harming anybody else. But it's your right to have the desire fulfilled. So you're not unworthy. You're totally worthy of fulfilling your desires. You have every right to go after your desires. And actually, you should go after your desires, because only that can fulfill you. And you don't need a sanction from anybody to go after your desires. You define what you want, write it down, and you have every right that this becomes your reality, as long as you're not harming anybody else. Even bonus points if you're helping others in the process. Then your desires will even more quickly become manifest. Alright, so that were just a few examples of how to reformulate your doubts. That's the most important thing to do. You don't need any doubt in your life. You only need conviction. And that's how you do it. You reformulate. Now some additional tricks how you can accelerate the process, and which will create an environment where you can only win. So first is trust that it will turn out in your favor eventually. This way you can only win, because you trust that you will get what you want. And if you haven't gotten what you want, it will come. And second point, you can only win. Your quote-unquote losses are one of two things. Either they are lessons for you to learn from and emerge more knowledgeable than before, or eventually it becomes clear to you that your loss was actually working in your favor, and you see the bigger picture. You see that your loss was actually designed for you to steer you in a direction which gives you a better future. So when you think like that, you can only win. You create a win-win scenario for yourself, and this positive mindset is the foundation upon which you will get your desires fulfilled and a fulfilled life. I hope this helped you. So write down your desires now on a piece of paper and watch them become fulfilled effortlessly. Take action now.